Remember that silence is not just a passive state, but an active practice. Understanding when to use silence can be as impactful as knowing when to speak. Welcome to another episode of Soul Vibe the Experience. Today we delve into the power of silence, exploring its profound significance, not only in personal meditation, but as a strategic tool in leadership. We'll weave scriptural insight into our discussions to understand when and why to embrace silence in our journey of enlightenment and leadership.
Forgive me for my sins, Lord knows I'm a sinner. It's all working for my good. He won't leave me bitter. Got me going for that goal. Lord knows I'm a winner. 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 Lord knows I'm a winner.
Scripture across various traditions expounds on the virtues of silence. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 7, we are reminded that there is a time to be silent and a time to speak. This ancient wisdom highlights the dual power of silence. It is both reflective, inward practice and a strategic, outward discipline. In leadership, understanding when to use silence can be as impactful as knowing when to speak. Silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is the conscious pause, the space for growth, and the moment of deep connection with our inner truths. Let's begin with the internal aspect of silence. In the solitude of silence, we find the clarity that noisy environments often cloud. Silence allows leaders to reflect deeply on their values, decisions, and the paths ahead. It is in these quiet moments that the subtle voice of intuition often speaks the loudest. Externally, strategic silence can be a powerful tool in communication. Knowing when to pause can enhance our message's impact, giving others space to absorb and reflect on what has been said. It can also be a form of respect, showing that we value the opinions and input of others, fostering a culture of deep listening within our organizations, whatever that leadership organization may be. Silence is also mentioned in Psalms chapter 46, verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. Here, stillness is linked directly to knowledge and the recognition of divine. For leaders, adopting this stillness can remind us of the larger vision, our ultimate mission, and our role within that mission. It's about connecting with a power greater than ourselves, which guides and shapes our leadership. But how do we implement this powerful tool? I'll tell you. It begins by setting aside dedicated time for silence each and every day. Whatever you may set aside, whether it's a few minutes in the morning, a few minutes before a meeting, or a few minutes at the end of the day. These moments can help recalibrate and align our spirit with our actions. Preferably, I recommend you do it within the first 10 minutes of waking up. This is when you are directly connected with your subconscious mind because you are just waking up out of your subconscious state. So you are still coming back into that conscious mindset. So this is a moment to plan your day. This is a moment to realign your spirit with the actions that you're going to take that day. And if you're going to do it at night, make sure it's right before you go to sleep, so that your subconscious mind can go ahead and calibrate everything that's going to be needed to make this come to fruition within the next couple of days or even the next day. Let's also look at Proverbs chapter 17, verse 28. It says, even fools are thought to be wise if they keep silent, and they're thought to be discerning if they hold their tongues. In negotiations and conflicts, sometimes the most powerful response is silence, allowing the space needed for resolution to emerge naturally. As we wrap up today's session on the power of silence, remember that silence is not just a passive state, but an active practice. It shapes environments, molds relationships, and defines our leadership. Embrace silence, not just as a lack of noise, but as a profound tool to enhance foresight, fortitude, and faith. Reflect on the silent moments of today at the end of this video, and you'll notice how clear your mind is. Engage with those thoughts, engage with those moments actively. Let them inform your decision and inspire your actions. As leaders, let us use silence not just to better ourselves, but to inspire and lead those around us with wisdom and compassion. Join us next time as we continue to explore transformative practices that elevate both our spiritual and leadership journeys. Until then, lead quietly, lead wisely, and let your silence speak volumes. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Soul Vibe the Experience. May your days be filled with purpose, your nights with peace, and your prayers with power. And remember, you are the creator of your universe. The power that made this very world is yours to wield.
You should keep your mouth closed so this boat will never sink. Get cold in the winter. Forgive me for my sins, Lord knows I'm a sinner. It's all working for my good. He won't leave me bitter. Got me going for that goal. Lord knows I'm a winner. Lord knows I'm a winner. Lord knows I'm a winner.